I'm about to show you some advanced YouTube tips that made me over $500,000 on YouTube. So the first tip is packaging, and this is what most business owners get wrong, is they actually start off not knowing how to make a good title and thumbnail. So when it comes to packaging, this is the most important thing for the foundation of your YouTube channel. And 95% of the time, this is what I tell people to fix, because the biggest thing in your packaging isn't the design. It's not that you have bad design thumbnails. Now, that can be a problem, but a lot of times you'll see even these raw thumbnails doing well. They don't have great designs, but they still do well. And that's because thumbnails are not about design, they're about psychology. They're about psychology and accurate messaging for your prospects, right? So if you are a coach, consultant, agency owner, info product business, then what you need to understand is that your videos, they're like an ad. They need to target and have a specific value proposition for your ideal prospect. So how do you do that? Well, it really comes down to Alex Hormozi's value equation, right? We have the dream outcome, we have the perceived likelihood of achievement, time delay, and effort and sacrifice. What we need to do is kind of optimize that entire thing, right? So we want to make the dream outcome as good as possible, right? What's the dream outcome of your prospects? For example, for one of our clients, it was hitting $10,000 a month with SMMA, or going from 0 to Dubai penthouse in 12 months with SMMA. Like that video alone made one of my clients over $100,000.
My story video, I've made multiple six figures off that one video itself. And that's at like about 12K views now.
And this is really the secret. You can see that both of these videos didn't really have crazy thumbnails, but because the packaging was so good and the messaging was on point with exactly what the prospects wanted, they got a lot of traffic, and not just a lot of traffic, but the right traffic on the video. And then he convinced those people that he was in a position to, sign them as a client. And I think this is really what most coaches get wrong. They'll just kind of do what everyone else is doing. But the problem with that is that they just blend into the crowd and they think that, oh, let me put up some numbers on a screen. But it's not like that. You have to think about, what payment processors do my specific audience use? Do they process through Stripe, Fanbases, whatever it may be, WAP, like all of these different things? For example, we have one client who's closing some high ticket deals right now from his YouTube channel. And what he does is he uses a specific payment processor that therapists have to use, right? So he's not using Stripe, he's not using Fanbases or PayPal or whatever it may be. He's using the actual payment processor that therapists use because he helps therapists grow their practice. That's his ideal thing. So that is really level one. I think hiring a thumbnail designer is the easiest way to fix this problem. For one, they know how to use psychology, and if you give them the exact messaging that you want, they'll make a great design, and which will probably get you a lot more views than if you just had like a raw thumbnail. And that is really level one. Then the second tip that I have for you is really just that you need a funnel. Most people start posting YouTube videos and they basically don't have any organic funnel, right? They maybe have a landing page. A lot of them just send a Calendly, which is even worse, but they don't have any way to actually funnel the people down on organic, right? They'll post a lifestyle video and expect to get clients from it, and sometimes they do if they're a good business owner, but most of the time when that happens, people just don't get a lot of sales. And it's simply because they don't have a content funnel. They don't have conversion assets that are dedicated conversion assets built out on their channel where they're constantly sending that traffic back to and creating what we like to call viewer pathways on your channel. So typically what a viewer pathway is, it's a series of 3 to 4 videos. What you need to do is you want to funnel someone from a top of funnel video, which is the broadest video that you can possibly make. Let's say you want to make 10K a month with SMMA. So you make a video about how to make 10K a month with SMMA. Or if you want to grow an SMMA, watch this video, right? That's a top of funnel video. Then you have more middle of funnel videos. And these are videos solving specific problems that your prospects may have. So that could be something like how to onboard SMMA clients, how to set up ClickUp, how to build a Shopify store for the dropshipping niche, for example. And once you solve these specific problems, that helps someone know that you really know the specifics of what you're talking about. And it starts to build that trust as they spend more and more time with you. And then you also need to have bottom of funnel content. What that bottom of funnel content is, that's case studies, that's interviews that you've done, that's people interviewing you. It's basically where you're showing who you've helped and the results that you've gotten. And you're also doing call to actions in those videos to work with you. So people can actually see who you've helped, how you've helped them, and that what you're doing actually works, right? And then you can CTA, bring them into a landing page, and that's that, right? But the thing that even that is missing is an actual conversion asset that goes on the end of that chain. And also a conversion asset that you can send back to in pretty much every video at the end of the video. So what that conversion asset is a dedicated video that's meant to sell people. There's 2 types of videos that do that. And the first one is a VSL video. So this is just a 10, 20 minute virtual sales letter where you're basically taking people who don't really know about you, what you do, and turning them into someone who trusts you and is ready to buy, right? So there's a lot of convincing that's actually in these videos. And one of the most famous videos in internet marketing is from Iman Gaji, which had over 6 million views. Now it's deleted off of YouTube, but it was his most popular video. And what he would do is he would send people from every single one of his top of funnel videos that got millions and millions of views back to this VSL video where he would break down all of the different business models, explain why the one that he teaches is the best next one and then basically show a bunch of case studies and convince the person to buy his program, right? And he was making over $3 million a month from YouTube. So those VSL videos still work. They still convert like crazy. And while you do need the right structure to actually create them, they're fairly simple. As long as you have the right structure and you know how to create these videos, it really shouldn't take you more than a day or two to actually put one together. That is the first type of video that you could post, or you could post a free course, which is essentially a 1 to 12 hour video that you give away your entire course for free. Now, for some offers, this works. For some offers, it doesn't. Depends on how much of your actual program relies on information versus coaching. Personally, I believe that most information should be free because people can find the information anyway. And the coaching is actually what you should charge for. That's my philosophy. However, some people do sell full courses and have that as a huge part of the actual selling point for their program, which is completely fine. Nothing wrong with that. But basically what you need to do to execute this, which is a lot higher converting than the VSL, is simply take that free course, add CTAs once every hour, roughly, pre-frame it in the right way on the intro that hey, this is a free course. You need to actually take it seriously. Normally people would charge thousands of this. This is why nobody has done this, because most people don't take it seriously. So if you do, I guarantee it would change your life. Framing it kind of like that and then posting it on YouTube as this super long video that essentially outcompetes the entire market. And the video goes viral almost every single time. Like for example, on our main YouTube channel, it got 42,000 views. And this is one of the biggest factors to the majority of the clients that we have closed, right? Which we've done over $500,000 from YouTube directly. And a lot of that was from that free course. And also from one of our other clients, Joel Kaplan, got almost 200,000 views on that one video. And that video generated him over $1 million.
All time, 19.5 million. This is just on one of the businesses.
So building out that content funnel and getting that system in place is extremely, extremely important. And the thing is that strategy is not going to be around forever. So if you want to make money from your YouTube channel, I would recommend you do it now, because eventually more and more people are going to catch on. It's going to stop being so new and it's going to stop working as well. So you're lucky that this is still a new channel right now. And I would 100% recommend that you start doing the strategy today, because it will not be around forever. And then the third thing is really the messaging inside of your videos. So this is how to actually structure a YouTube video. How do you actually do that? Well, what you need to do is, for one, you got to think about your client's language. What kind of language would they respond to in the video? And that would be, words that they would say. So if you're running a BizOp offer, you need to sound more like a high schooler or a college student. Or if you're running a more B2B service, you need to act professional. Like you see me right now, I'm genuinely, decently professional. I'm not saying curse words. I have a nice setup and my messaging is decent. I mean, I think it probably could have changed out of this t-shirt for this one, but you want to essentially make sure that the people who you're talking to actually respond with what you're saying, what you're putting across on the screen, right? So messaging is extremely key and important in your videos. And a lot of people get this wrong. A lot of people think, oh, I'm the personal brand. Like, let me just purely be myself. And that's fine if you want to grow a personal brand, and you should be yourself. I don't think you should be someone who you're not, but you need to put a version of yourself across on that screen that people actually respond to, the people that you're trying to make money from, right? Like you wouldn't walk into a business meeting in New York, shirtless, unshaven, and just saying bad words. You're just not going to close that deal. So that's one very, very important thing. And that's a little bit more of an advanced tip. And that goes very deep. Like, how do you actually structure the videos? How we like to do it is we have 3 acts, and we actually create open loops, which is basically raising questions in the viewer's mind that instill limiting beliefs inside of them, or overcome limiting beliefs that help them purchase the product. Then we also add in some payoffs, where we give them some really good answers where they get a huge hit of dopamine and start to build that goodwill with us and start to be convinced. We also have certain CTA frameworks that we lay out inside there that actually help the viewer take an action, right? And go into a funnel page, book a call, whatever that may be. Outro frameworks that take our in-screen CTR, which is the amount of people that click on that little video that pops up at the end, from like 1% to 7%. Intro frameworks that get a lot more people past the first 30 seconds, set the right expectation for the video. So that way, even if you're doing a Zoom call, even if you're doing a Miro video, people are still going to be engaged and they're going to be on your video because they know that's what they signed up for. So there's all of these little things that go into messaging, but it's one of the most important parts of YouTube that so many people ignore. And the last one is extremely simple, but it's the one that most people mess up on, and that's simple upload frequency. So my question to you is, on YouTube, are you consistently posting how much you want to be? 1 video per week, 2 videos per week? Or is there other stuff that gets in the way? Does business come up? Does, your sales team take priority, right? Because that's a more direct ROI. You kind of have to put content on the back burner to make sure that your sales team is performing well, right? Or did you have something personal come up? Upload frequency is one of the hardest things to get right, especially as a business owner, because a lot of time, short-term ROIs, like fixing little problems, little fires in your business, are perceived as higher value than the long-term ROI of content. But the thing is that's actually the wrong belief, because building your personal brand and building content is the highest ROI that you can do as a business owner. right? And obviously you have to make sure everything, the whole system is working, right? Nothing's broken, because a lot of business owners, when things in the business start to break and they need to deal with stuff and they just don't have any time, YouTube is the first thing to get cut. And realistically, you need accountability and a system that makes sure that you never get behind. So how does that actually look? Well, for one, batch filming, right? Filming 4 videos, 1 day a month, filming 4 videos, 2 days a month. That's 8 videos a month, 2 videos a week. Filming that at the start of the month so that you're literally ahead for the entire month. That is such a powerful feeling. Getting ahead, getting 2 to 3 months ahead. That way, even if you have to go on hiatus for 60 days, you still have content that you can get out consistently, right? And that's exactly what we help our clients with, is we keep them accountable, make sure that they have content scheduled out, make sure that the entire production line is running efficiently, and there's no way that they can miss an upload, because that's very important. That's the most important part of YouTube. You're not going to grow a personal brand if you're not posting content. And I know that sounds very simple and straightforward, but it's actually the hardest and most complicated part of content for most people. So if you don't have the right systems and you don't have someone there every day telling you, hey, how's this video coming? Like, we need to get this out. Like, let's fix these problems. Let's hire you this new editor to streamline production. Let's get this new thumbnail designer. Let's batch out all these 8 thumbnails. Let's batch out all these 8 videos. Let's work with multiple editors to get things done faster. Then eventually, when something happens, you're going to fall behind. Unfortunately, once you're behind, it becomes harder and harder to catch back up. And that is exactly why so many entrepreneurs fail at building a personal brand. And it's exactly why people like Alex Hormozi, Iman Gaji, Joel Kaplan, all of these people were able to scale to where they are because they had the right systems, team, and accountability in place. And there's actually a team structure that I've implemented recently that's allowed me to completely remove myself from my content other than filming. And it literally saves me 10 to 20 hours per week that I would otherwise be spending working on content. And once you understand it, you'll be able to build your personal brand in as little as 4 to 10 hours per month. So watch this video next where I show you what it is, how it works, and how you can use it to blow up your personal brand in 2025. Thanks, and have a great day.